Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another illustration masterclass. Today we're going to be looking at the concept artist Bobby Rebholz. Rebholz. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. I apologize if it's incorrect. By the time this video goes up, I should have recorded a interview with Bobby that'll be going up in the next week or two. But this guy is a really creative character designer, or I guess you would say creature designer. And I came across this stuff on ArtStation, and I wanted to bring it on here and show it to you guys because like his stuff reminds me of Carlos Hunt and guys like that, like concept artists that have been around for a while that just do like these really creepy monster designs. And so there was some things it is that I wanted to learn for my own creepy little designs, but also just to share some of their work. So let's jump into it here. Um, this is a really interesting piece. I feel like there's a lot of Carlos Honte in here, like with the two fingers like this, right? The shapes kind of remind me of that. Everything's got like a little bit of a spike to it, right? There's interesting decisions that he's making here. For one thing, he's putting texture in very specific places, which would be here, the shoulder, and here as well. So he's keeping it around at the focal points, which makes sense. I really love the way it is that he uses. He has a specific technique that he uses for taking his pencil drawings and playing around with them in Photoshop. I'm gonna have to watch it because I know he's got a YouTube channel and Instagram and all that. So I'm linking all of his stuff in the description. This is pretty insane. This is a project it is that he has going on, or that he had going on, where he was challenging his viewers to do 500 thumbnail designs of characters and creatures, or creature designs. And this is what this guy came up with. He came up with this army of like creepy looking monsters. Like we can kind of zoom in here. I mean, the amount of these is it's pretty staggering. But what's interesting to note about it is, and the reason why he's doing this is because he's trying to do these little thumbnails. He's trying to make them instantly readable, right? He's trying to make them to where you can take a look at them and you instantly know what it is that they are. They've got like an interesting shape design, something that really catches your eye, and it really pushes you to think outside of the box in terms of design. And I think that if you look at number 500, even though this looks like a very faint squibbles of something here in these last 20 or so, they're still pretty readable and pretty interesting to look at. Especially like some of these here, like this one looks cool. I like this one. And then we go back and look at like his first ones. And yeah, I mean, look at something like this. Like you can tell this was kind of like a warm-up one. This wasn't something that was like his best one. It was more of like a warm-up. But then they just keep getting freakier and freakier and freakier. We get into the hundreds and it's just all sorts of stuff going on. So yeah, let's go ahead and flip through some more of his art. Yeah, so I mean, looking at creature designers and stuff like this, I think is really helpful just for understanding how to draw with form. I find that guys that do like creepy creature stuff like Anthony Jones, or like I said, Carlos Honte or Bobby here, they do a really good job of like getting in here and drawing like forms and showing how these forms churn in 3D, how they get lost in the darkness here, they come back up. everything has like this very strong understanding of anatomy behind it. And not only just a strong understanding of anatomy, but a strong understanding of how to create texture, but form as well, the way that the form churns, right? We see this muscle here, and this muscle churns in a specific way. So even if you're a comic artist, you're on my channel, and maybe you're a comic artist, maybe you're a concept artist, looking at something like this, I think it can do nothing but help you improve your understanding of drawing for sure. This is also a really, really cool, creepy drawing here. I mean, he just does such a good job of suggesting the forms without having to give a lot of detail. You look at the stomach area, there's not a lot of detail here. There's just the suggestion of the form that is churning here. Right. There's just suggestions of it. He uses this little tip of light here on this tone paper. So it's like the paper does part of the work for him, because since he's drawing on this tone paper, he can put little highlights here without having to do a lot of shading work, which saves him time. That's a smart move. That's somebody who thinks way ahead. And then we have this strong overlap with this dark shadows here. Right? We got these dark shadows here. Give a strong overlap for the rest of the figure. Let's go ahead and let's just go through some of these other ones here real quick. Again, the thing that I love about these designs is that you have this strong churn of form. The way that this form churns and disappears into the crack here, right? Got this as well. And this change of form separates into a totally different shape here. And then we have this dark background of the mouth that allows him to create this silhouette of the teeth, right? Even this is going out here, it's going down here. It's changing direction. Lots of great texture in here. Yeah, I mean, if you look at something like that just from the point of view of like a silhouette, it's very strong. It's a very strong silhouette and very strong lighting, right? And he's got this creature here. And it's being lit from up top. It looks like some sort of a beetle with like weird spaghetti legs or something. Yeah, very, very strong use of lighting. So yeah, looking at guys like this and just trying to study and understand their work as usual. I do these every week when I'm going and breaking down, the art of my favorite artists, just trying to pick through and see what it is that I can learn, what it is that I can adapt into my own work. I recommend, if you're trying to improve, to do the same thing and to always be looking for new and different artists to learn from. Anyway, guys, feel free to give me a like and a subscribe. And if you're interested, drop a comment below. Let me know if there's any other artists you'd like for me to look at. In the meantime, take care.